Alright guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about the best business credit cards you could have and just about business credit in general. I will start this video off with saying that there are a plethora of different business credit cards out there, and the business credit card you choose really just to depend on where you are in business at this moment, and you should also do a little bit of planning to see who you want to build a relationship with. Not that you can't have Amex and Chase cards or Capital One and Discover cards, but most of the time if you start with Amex you want to keep all your points in the same pool, because even if you have different American Express points cards, it's all in the same pool of points. So I know for me, I have already a couple Amex cards with different points, but I am looking at a Chase card. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Keep in mind who reports to your personal credit. So American Express, I know for a fact, does not report to your personal credit. Capital One and Discover both report to your personal credit, and that, if you have good credit like me, is going to negatively affect your credit if you carry large balances. I know that at a time my card could have, $5,000+ on it, and that actually happened to me, and my credit score dropped like 70 points just for having that much of a balance on my card. Even though I did pay it off, it's still not a good look. But if you are trying to rebuild your credit, having those credit cards report to your personal credit could also just help you. So just depend on your situation. Credit is not one size fits all, so let's get into it. There are a few credit cards that I really do love, and they are mostly with American Express, but we're going to get into a Chase option as well. And I'm going to tell you about Capital One and Discover, even though, like I said, unless you have bad credit and you're working on your credit, I wouldn't recommend them because they report to your personal credit. But also, even if you do have bad credit, it's not likely that you're even going to be approved. I'm just being honest, because they will look at your personal credit. So if you know that you need to work on your credit before you try to apply for these credit cards, because they are doing a hard check and they are going to hold you as a personal guarantee. So let's start with the American Express Blue Plus card. The Blue Business Plus card is great for anyone who's just getting started for a bunch of reasons. One of them is you get 0% APR for the first 12 months, which you really can't beat that. And with a new business, you really never know. You have a lot of upcoming costs. You have a lot of costs that you need to just buy things before you even make sales. So you might be carrying a balance for a few months at first, and there's no shame in that if you just started a business. So 0% APR, it's great. You get 15,000 membership rewards points, and I do have a link for that. That will be in the description box. You only have to spend 3,000 in 3 months to get your welcome bonus, and I will just say, if you know you can't spend that much in 3 months, don't get the card, because you're not going to get the welcome bonus and you don't get the opportunity to get it again. So make sure before you're getting these cards that you are able to meet the minimum spend for the welcome bonus. You get 2 times the points on everyday business purchases up to $50,000 per year, and 1 times the point on anything else. So anything you buy in your business, you get 2 times the points up to $50K, and then after that it's 1 times the point. That is just a really basic but impactful card. You still get to earn points, and if you are spending $50K in a year, that's still 100,000 points per year. So I think that this card is great. I'm not even gonna hold you. This is a great card, even though and there's no annual fee either. So this is, as good as it gets. I would recommend this card to anybody. Even if you are at the point where you could get the business platinum card, this doesn't hurt to have as an extra card, because there are limits to what you can spend on each card. So if you are spending a bunch of money in your business per year, I would recommend having more than 1 card so that you're not losing any value with your spending. So that is the first card. The second card is the American Express Gold skymiles card, and I again am a huge fan of this card. The Business Plus card and the American Express Gold skymiles card are some of my favorite cards. I love all my Amex cards, but those two. With the Delta Gold Business skymiles card, it is free for your first year and $99 after that. The welcome offer that I see is going to depend on your screen and the links that you use and all that, but the welcome offer currently is 50,000 bonus miles. You'll only have to spend $2,000 in 3 months, which is a little bit lower than the Blue Business card. It doesn't have 0% APR, but that's not terrible. It's not good because you will be paying interest, but I'm gonna let you do you on that one. You get 2 times the miles on all your purchases at Delta. You get 2 times the miles on restaurant purchases and grocery store purchases, and you get $100 flight credit every single year that you spend $10,000. So every single calendar year. So from January 1st to December 31st, if you spend $10,000, you get $100 Delta flight credit, and you get your first checked bag free. So that is something that you really can't beat, because otherwise you'd be paying for it. Also save 20% on all in-flight purchases, so that's really good. This card is good if you know that you're going to be flying Delta. If you are a fan of Delta, before getting this card wasn't necessarily my go-to airline, but they definitely have really good deals in skymiles. I will say, you could get a round-trip flight to, it depends on where you live obviously, but a lot of their round trip flights are very affordable. And so I think, you know, sometimes I fly to Florida for like I want to say like 17,000 miles, and that's pretty good. And it's really easy if you are using your card and you're strategic about how you're using it. It's really easy to accumulate miles. I will say that if you are just starting out, you don't need a bunch of business credit cards because you want to make sure you're maximizing your spending. But again, it depends on your personal situation. I don't know your finances, I don't know any of that, so you're gonna have to make that decision for yourself. But I will say that those two cards, phenomenal. I'm gonna have both those cards, and my links will be in the description for both those cards as well. Moving on, the business gold skymiles card, and we're gonna compare this actually to the Chase Inc. What is it? The Inc. Preferred Business Credit Card. With the Chase Inc. Business Preferred Credit Card, you are getting 100,000 bonus points after spending $15,000 in purchases in the first 3 months of opening your account. They say that's $1,000 cash back or $1,200 towards rewards. So you are earning 3 times the points on shipping, 3 times the points on advertising purchases. So if you're running Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, things like that, 3 times the points on internet, cable, and phone services, and 3 times the points on travel. I'm comparing it to the American Express Gold Card, even though they want you to spend $15,000 in 3 months, which is more so like the Platinum Card, because this card does not come with any lounge access, which kind of sucks because I don't think any of the Chase business credit cards, and I could be wrong, but I don't think any of them come with lounge access, which is really... But that card is only $95 a year, so I can see why you're not getting like all the bells and whistles that would come with traveling. So that's why I'm comparing it to the gold card, because the gold card does not come with any lounge access either. But the gold card is $295 annually. But what I really like about the American Express Business Gold Card is that it's 4 times the points and wherever you spent the most money every single month. So even if your spending is changing, you're always going to be getting the most value with your spending because it's changing with you every single month. That being said though, the annual fee for the gold card is $295, which is $45 more than the personal card, and you don't even get the $10 dining credits or the $10 in Uber Cash. So they're charging you a little bit more money per year for less benefits. The 4 times the points applies to the first $150,000 in combined purchases from the 2 categories. So the categories are airfare purchased directly from the airlines, US purchases for advertising and select media, so again the Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads, things like that, US purchases made directly from technology providers of computer hardware, software, and cloud solutions, US purchases at gas stations, US purchases at restaurants including takeout and delivery, US purchases for shipping. So it looks like they're giving you 4 times the points on gas stations, which the Chase card is not, and 4 times the points are made directly with technology providers of computer hardware, software, and cloud solutions, which I didn't see in the Chase card either, honestly. And I will say Chase is giving you 100,000 bonus points for spending $15K. The welcome offer that I see here with American Express Gold Card is only 70,000 membership points, and they want you to spend $10,000 in 3 months. Honestly, it's tough because with American Express you are getting 4 times the points, whereas with Chase you're only getting 3. But with American Express they're charging you $300 a year, Chase is only charging you $95. That alone, saving $200, I mean, I don't know, it's a personal decision honestly. But I will say that having that lounge access, having maybe like a card that's more basic like the Business Blue Plus card, and then having the Business Platinum card would be a great balance. If you're there yet, the $700 that the American Express Platinum card is costing is a bit steep, especially if you just started your business, or even if you're a little bit more seasoned. But that is still, it's a lot honestly for a small business, depending on where you are. Some small businesses are killing it. It depends on where you are. But I will say that make sure that whoever you choose, you're willing to build a relationship with them, and that you want other cards from them in the future. I think, in my opinion, Chase is limited in their business credit cards. Aside from like their branded business credit cards, this Inc. Business Preferred card is the only points card they have. All their other business cards are cashback. If you do like cashback, definitely feel free to check that out. I personally think cashback cards are not worth it, honestly. You're only at 1.5% or 2.5% getting a small, and I know it's 2.5%, right? But it's such a small amount of money. I think you benefit more from the 100,000 bonus points, honestly, in my personal opinion. That choosing to have a Chase card, you're just limited on where you can grow. With American Express, if you start at the Blue Business credit card, you can still grow. You can get the American Express Gold card, you can get the American Express Business and Green card, and then work your way up that way. You can't really do that with Chase, in my opinion, so that's why I would personally choose American Express over Chase. Now with Capital One and Discover, they both report directly to your personal credit, which is a nightmare, like I said earlier in the video. Capital One, I think I have the Capital One Business Spark card. I think I'm getting like 1.5% cash back. When I applied for those cards, I didn't know anything about business credit, honestly. I just know I needed a business credit card to keep my finances separate, so I don't really use that card anymore. It wasn't anything special, to be honest, and then Discover was even worse. And with Discover, you know how your business credit card limits can increase over time. You request credit limit increases. Discover, whatever your credit limit is it. They don't do credit limit increases at all. So I got a $5,000 limit. I'm stuck at $5,000 with Discover for the rest of my life. And another thing to note is that Chase, I heard from multiple people, when you call and ask for a credit limit increase, they do a hard check on your credit. American Express, I'm 99% sure again that is not the case. So when you're looking at these brands as a whole, it's important to note, like, yes, this Chase card is only $95 and American Express is charging you $300. But how annoying is that to want to increase your credit limit and have a hard inquiry on your credit report? So this is something to keep in mind. I think we're going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.